It's Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Jackson. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. But for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. Back to the line of scrimmage. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10.
From back at their own 10-yard line.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party.
Come on, set.
Running left, Taylor. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line.
Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The slot man in motion right.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready?
They try and run on 1st down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
13.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. This is intercepted.
Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They find some open field here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Check right.
Again, it's Taylor.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
action. Now it's Lance. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. The Niners at 12-1 now to start play. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad. But I think in this league, if your offense isn't playing really well as this one is, you're not going to run off this kind of a streak.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Off of play action, here's Lance. He's going to try and go deep again. Touchdown, 49ers! Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game, CD, some are calling it the game of the year. Others are saying, hey, this is the Super Bowl preview. And as we speak, these are the top seeds in each conference. How do you think these two teams approach this one internally?
And I think that we both subscribe to the theory that it is the game of the year so far, and it could be a Super Bowl preview. I know outwardly both teams are going to tell us, hey, it's 1 of 16. We're going to do what we do. Let's just go ahead and play our game. But I think we both know that internally, they're saying we've got to establish we're the team to beat in case we see them again.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it second down and 11. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. On play action, Lance steps away. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game with great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
Here we go, set.
And they'll go for it. Lance. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On second down, Jackson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Ready.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they wanted to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Back to Taylor on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 86 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
They'll come up now on second and a yard. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And some room to maneuver. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll run here with Taylor. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 3 on the gain there. Second and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal.
Let's go now.
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point good by Prater. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. The connection made. It's Graham. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game. and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here's Jackson. That'll be caught by Anderson. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Yeah, it's been a disappointing first half for them, all things considered. And this can serve as the capper. It's a missed field goal in the late going, and that's only going to serve to lessen the mood even further.
Here we go.
A final shot before half for Lance. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run once more with Taylor. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, here's Taylor. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 147 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. A give for Taylor running right side.
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
Here we go. Here we go.
They turn to Taylor on 4th. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Hey,
now a play fake. Lance.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we kind of know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Over.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And Graham on the ground. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
181 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he continues to put a hurt on this defense.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Ready, go! Red, Tigers!
Lance now on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal.
Here's Taylor again.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
The play lost a yard. It's now third and goal.
Shot, 17.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
Now they send a man in motion right.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler.
The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Slot man moves right. Jackson now.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point. But being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. 190 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they?
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They faked the handoff. Now Lance
steps away to his left.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And he's got it inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Jonathan Taylor, a touchdown machine. He's going to get plenty of looks down here near the goal line. So if I'm on defense, I might start getting prepared to see his number called.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Jonathan Taylor,
career touchdown number 136, tying him with Marshall Faulk for 7th on the all-time list.
And the Niners are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now they try the right side here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. To try again after the sack. Jackson flushed out right. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead is down to 28-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. The Lance now to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. They go play action now. Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One last shot for Jackson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's incomplete. Was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome. And this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for the 49ers, they continue to make their case as a Super Bowl favorite as they move to 13-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.